Oh, what? Oh, I was supposed to do a video recording. Okay, testing. I guess the microphone is working. What are you guys doing here? You obviously know that this is going to be a terrible review of a really terrible game. Well, I guess calling it game is a bit generous, because there is no game. You're in the wrong dimension. I mean, the game honestly isn't really worth your time. I mean, I would say it's a 0 out of 0. 0 out of 10 stars. Absolute bomber of a game. It's even worse than the random spin nonsense that I reviewed on the Wii U. I really highly suggest that you just, if you have a physical version of this, if one even exists, if the company would bother making one, to just go ahead and burn it or donate it to charity if you feel like being mean, because even charity would probably want to spit this back in the trash. The voice acting is just terrible. The narrator really didn't know what he was doing. It was as though he was, I don't know, just like, whatever, I'll just spit whatever comes out of my mouth and hope that it stays, kind of like what I'm doing right now. And I don't know why you're continuing to watch this. I didn't bother writing a script. I keep stuttering over my words. Yeah, no, really terrible. And so many breaths. What am I gonna say next? Oh no, I forgot my next line. Yeah, so you have to think outside the box a whole lot to solve these annoying puzzles, and a lot of them aren't even worth your time. Occasionally there can be moments of brilliance here and there, but it's all ruined by a really terrible hint system that even if you're not a video game fan, you're just gonna absolutely hate it. I mean, it's called There Is No Game, so you might as well just look up a YouTube video, because no way is it fun to discover that there's a hidden meaning, if there even is a story. Like, I didn't get a single minute's enjoyment out of this game. Like, not even turning it on was worth it. It seemed like it just sapped away all of my energy, and I wish I could have done something better with the gift card that my friend gave me. Oh my gosh. I would say, even Rainbow Snake is better than this, because shoot, I gotta think of an excuse. Rainbow Snake is better than this game because it's much more accessible. Everyone knows how to play Snake. I mean, is there a person alive who knows how to have the hand-eye coordination to handle a point-and-click adventure game that requires you to think outside the box for a lot of its puzzles and really doesn't want you to play it? Yeah, it just seems way too hard to have to put your hand on a mouse and expect that the cursor on the screen is going to react to that. Totally not intuitive. Like, I guess that's common practice on a device called a computer nowadays, but who uses computers anymore? Pretty much everyone has a smartphone, so they just tap everything. I mean, I guess this game does support the touchscreen, which works okay if you don't have like ginormous fingers. But I mean, how many people have small enough fingers? Well, I guess if you were a baby, I suppose you could have mild enjoyment. My niece, for example, her fingers are so tiny, it just kind of makes me chuckle how like her head is so disproportionately huge, and her legs, oh my gosh, her legs, like we all have like really smoothly designed kneecaps, but man, when they're babies, they're really something else. So, I don't know. I feel like some of you are just going to try this game anyway, no matter how much I try to say that it's completely worthless. And even if it were priced for free on the eShop, I would still say it's an absolute ripoff. What are they thinking, charging $13 for it? They should charge 2 cents. That's more of what this piece of garbage ought to do. This is going to be not only number one on my worst games 2021 list, this is going to be the worst games I have ever played. Worst game of the decade, worst game of the century, even worse than Atari. Or, that's a stupid mistake. Well, that's not going on the editing floor, because I don't want you guys to be watching this review anyway. Even worse than E.T. on the Atari. Oh, okay, I think I've pretty much talked enough about the game without getting too much into spoiler territory, so I guess you can just quit the video. I mean, it's not like you guys want to know if I have anything planned at the end. I mean, this channel isn't even really that good. I mean, the the audio recording is just awful. I mean, I sound like a girl, and most of you probably think that I am a girl, which I guess isn't actually that bad in hindsight. I mean, there are certain benefits that girls have that guys don't, and sometimes I admit it would be kind of cool if I had those benefits, but girls have their own problems, so I guess it's kind of a give or take kind of thing. Like, everyone has problems. You just gotta sort them out and be brave and not try to find the cop out answer to everything. I mean, this channel doesn't even appeal to everyone. There are people that like certain things on YouTube, and I'm sort of a jack of all trades. Like, who wants that? YouTube hates variety channels. They kind of prefer you to stick to one type of genre. I don't really do that at all. Not to mention, my editing skills are absolutely terrible. If you watched my last review of Tori 3D, you were probably poking fun of how many times in the script I forgot my line, or I didn't clip it right, and then there was a moment where the footage got corrupted, so it went kind of and it's probably just a waste of time. There are plenty of more competent YouTubers out there. Go watch Scott the Woz, or The Completionist, or Beat 'em Ups, or Isabel's Psychology Life Hacks. These are all wonderful YouTubers. Then there's me, who's kind of, I don't know, kind of subpar. Like, I mean, I've been doing this for, I can't do math at the moment, but ever since 2013, and I don't know. They say that YouTubers usually start getting stale after that time. Not that I mind being stale. I mean, I always eat Lucky Charms every single morning, and that's that would be annoying to some, but I don't really care. I mean, the only time I don't eat Lucky Charms in the morning is when we run out and we have to go to the grocery store. But if I had an unlimited Lucky Charms spell, or I guess magic isn't allowed in the Catholic Church, if I had like a faucet in the kitchen that dispensed Lucky Charms instead of water, oh, I'd do it. You bet. You're still determined to watch this, aren't you? You sure have a lot of determination. Have you played Undertale? Well, maybe I've underestimated the loyalty of my fans. Huh. Maybe there is something about my channel to like. I mean, maybe I've been too harsh on this game. I mean, I guess the narrator isn't that bad. He actually did get me to chuckle quite a bit. Not because the script was well written or anything. I mean, well, it kind of is. Like, it it's so self-aware, and I don't know, like, you really have to appreciate fourth wall breaking humor. It's so, well, the game doesn't want you to play it, so why would I want you to play it either? And maybe my channel isn't half bad. I mean, a lot of people do seem to like some of my videos, and my live streams, well, they don't have video footage, but people like them anyway. Could it just be blind loyalty? Could it just be that there's an alien force somewhere that's forcing you guys into submission? Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give There Is No Game a try. I mean, even if you end up hating it, tastes are subjective. I mean, I don't like the Lord of the Rings books, but my best friend does. He tries to defend that. I wanted to say something else, but I'm not really allowed to swear on this channel, so a pile of Rainbow Snake copies. That's the most generous thing I can say about the Lord of the Rings books. So, yeah, sure. If you've got some spare money lying around, I guess it wouldn't hurt. I mean, it would support the creator, help him make better games in the future. I mean, goodness knows we need good video games nowadays. Well, I can see you guys are determined to watch this through to the end, so if I haven't scared you away by now, thanks for putting up with me. Honestly, it kind of means a lot to me. I really appreciate when you guys don't just immediately jump off of the video just because you don't like my voice, or you don't like my umming, and you don't like my editing. Honestly, it proves that, I have some worth in this world. So, thanks, I guess. Congratulations sitting through that whole thing. Honestly, most of that, even though it seemed unscripted, I actually did practice a lot of those lines while I was going to bed last night, and I really wanted to make sure that it was both authentic and at the same time spontaneous. So now that you've sat through that much of the review, I wanted to use this as an opportunity to thank those who actually sat through to the end and tell you that I really appreciate fan loyalty on this channel. I put so much work into my videos, maybe not as much as the professional editors, again, Scott the Woz, but I would like to say that I really want people to start conversations on this channel and maybe even make friends if they're, age appropriate and all that. Don't want to be accused of any scandals, but I just really appreciate the fact that you've stuck through to the end. And if you're wondering why I tried so hard to get you to turn off the review, it's because that's the communication style of the game itself. It tries really hard to get you to not play the game, but it's actually really brilliant. And you would do yourself a disservice not trying it. Now I know I might have spoiled a lot of chapter 1, but there's 9 of them, so that's only a ninth or 1/9. I can't do math. That's only a small fraction of the actual game. The only thing I would say that would make it so that you wouldn't enjoy the game is if you're either averse to flashing lights or you don't really get things like gaming code and progress bars. But if you're a gamer, it's so much fun to see how the creator takes something as innocuous as the title of the game and turns it into a brick breaker minigame. I think this is definitely going to be among my best games of 2021, if not number 1. I mean, there is the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, but I'm definitely tempted to put it at number 1. And I really want to thank my friend Nick for giving me that gift card, which paid for almost all of this. And I also want to thank the Wii Viewer for recommending this game on his channel. Good to know that he's still going strong all these years later. And thanks to all of you who stick through my videos, even if you don't necessarily like the source material, because it means that you really support me as a person, and that means a lot to me. So give There Is No Game Wrong Dimension a try. And until the next time, keep the faith, stay epic, God bless, and loyal fans are the best. Subscriber numbers mean nothing if you guys don't actually stick around. Bye!